They fight and bite. Fight and bite and fight. Fight, fight, fight. Bite, bite, bite. The Bart and Milhouse and Martin Show. Hi, I'm Torin, and welcome to Torin Loves the Simpsons. Today we're looking at Season 2, Episode 21, 3 Men and a Comic Book. An episode where Bart really wants a comic book, and he works really hard to earn the money for it, but he kinda gets screwed. So he teams up with Milhouse and Martin to purchase it jointly, leading to the three of them devolving into madness because they can't share. Let's dive on in. Let's start with the humor. And the thing that frustrates me about this episode is that it has some great jokes, but they're all front-loaded. The beginning and middle of the episode is where all the humor is at. Then when Act 3 turns serious, there's a little bit of, excuse the pun, comic relief, but in my opinion, it's too sparse and or too weak. Early on, we get a delightfully goofy transition from Bart to Bartman. I love the bewilderment of the guy using the phone booth. And near the end of Act 1, Homer's response to Bart pestering him is excellent, especially the tone of voice change when he says, "It shows you've been paying attention." That's the kind of line only Homer could deliver. Dan Castellaneta has stated in an interview with Conan, link in the description, that a big part of why Homer's voice shifted from its original Walter Matthau-esque iteration to its true form was in order to deliver a wider variety of emotions and tones of voice with quicker transitions in between. While this isn't nearly on the same level as what he demonstrates for Conan in that interview clip, it's more than just that, because that shift just wouldn't work on a personal level with pretty much any other character I can think of. I don't know quite what it is about Homer, but he can pull off sudden mood shifts as a comedic device really well. We get some really funny moments with Mrs. Glick. In particular, the flashback to her brother Asa's death, and her admiration for the soap opera she's watching. So she's definitely a big positive for the episode. And just in general, they really nailed her character of a super out-of-touch elder who's completely oblivious to how out of touch they are with the youths. But then we get to Act 3, and that's the end of that chapter when it comes to humor. And that's a gosh darn shame, because this episode had a pretty solid start. But those jokes fade from memory pretty quickly because the ending goes nearly plot only. With a little better comic relief in the final act, this episode could have been an easy A tier, but I'm giving it a B+. As for the plot, we fare a little bit better, but even the plot suffers from the inadequate comic relief in the latter third of the episode, because it makes things feel a little too dark. Like, I'm not over here contemplating life or anything, but it feels like too much of a swerve to go from a pretty funny first couple acts to a closer where the kids freak out on each other and Bart threatens to drop a dangling Milhouse for the sake of a friggin' comic book with such little comic relief. Again, excuse the pun, or not, I'm not your boss. But as for what the episode does well, it brings a sense of escalation and tension to Act 3 that we haven't seen in a while. And even if it's a swerve, there's a lot about it that works well. The episode shows Bart putting in a lot of effort to save up the money he contributes to the book, and the trio take great caution with the comic book. At least they do while they're still in a clear state of mind. These certainly make the loss of the comic more impactful, but it still doesn't feel that impactful. I feel like it might be because it's overshadowed by the danger of Milhouse dangling. So at the moment where the comic is destroyed, I'm still feeling relieved that Milhouse is okay, and I don't give a damn about the comic book. Not that I actually think Bart is going to drop Milhouse. I have seen the episode before, but I could still put myself in the character's shoes on some level to experience the story. That does kind of hurt the ending, and it kind of wastes the potential impact of all of Bart's effort the episode showed. It's kind of cool that this episode introduces comic book guy and nails his personality right away. We also get the first mention of Bart's full name, Bartholomew J. Simpson. Spoiler alert for a certain season 10 episode, but I wonder if, like his father, Bart's middle initial J stands for J. I kinda hope it does. Anyways, time for a rating, and this one's another B+. So much wasted potential, in my opinion, because it has the makings of a strong A tier or possibly even an S tier plot, but I think the ending just doesn't work with it. And now for the final rating. We have a B+ for humor and a B+ for plot, and an episode that honestly fails to balance the two very well in some key ways. We've seen a couple episodes so far that I've described as being greater than the sum of its parts, and this one is the opposite. It's less than the sum of its parts. I'm giving it a B overall. Again, it's a gosh darned shame. It's an episode that came so close to greatness and blew it with a weak final act. C'est la vie. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if so, I ask that you please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Up next is the season finale, Blood Feud, so I will see you in that video.